I don't understand how the Goncalveses can lie to the public about this person, and the Moscow Police Department can clear this person all years before they even took this guy's fingerprints. Hey guys, this is Jules, and I wanted to show you guys a live clip from when we got the 1112 King Road footage from MPD for the 12:55 to 2:25-ish time frame that ended up being completely silent. Everything stated in this video is my opinion and my opinion only, and just like everything else in these cases we discuss here on this channel, everything is alleged. As we were going through the footage, we realized that Maddie and Kaylee got home, and Jack Takor got home within less than a minute of each other. And it's really important because we have not been told the truth about Jack Takor and Kaylee and their relationship and what was really going on. We've found out a lot of new information over the past few months as reports and as interviews have been being released. We're going to touch on just a few things right here in this little short clip, but there's a lot more when it comes to Jack Takor and the discrepancies and the evidence that was found that was discarded and just the sentiments towards Kaylee that I feel like he actually had after listening to some of the reports and the interviews about the way that Kaylee talked about him to other people. That's all stuff we're going to deep dive into again in a different video, but for now I'm going to go ahead and play this live clip and I'll be back at the end. Okay, 154. I just thought the raw file might be better, but maybe the Linda Lane sound mix-up should be better too. That's a light-colored car. That looks like the cop car. Cop car. That's what it looks like. See, like it's dark back there, but once it gets closer, it's light. Oh, no, see, it's so freaking hard to tell. I hate that they did this. This pisses me off so bad. We didn't see Dylan walking. We didn't see Lakeland walking. We didn't see Bethany walking. We haven't seen shit when it comes to Xana and Ethan. This is pathetic. Like, there's really no other words for it besides disgustingly pathetic. She made sure to tell me, too. I'm about to leave. The other person's gone. All this other bullshit. Yeah, they knew what they were doing. And just a reminder, we're not standing on, oh, this is really the original copy and we're never going to get sound. We don't play this stupid game here on this channel, in case some of you are new and just don't know that. I sent this very extremely long email right before the Christmas break. Pause to read if you have no idea what I'm even talking about and you haven't read this yet. But to summarize it, this is a breakdown of what I found in the Moscow Police Department reports that were published to their Moscow PD website after the plea deal and the sentencing took place. These are the many copies of this footage they should have, or at least have record of. There is not only a DVD, but there is also portable storage. There's also a copy from the grand jury that I didn't even put in here. And there's who knows how many more. Today is December 29th, 2025. As I mentioned in last night's live, we only have today and tomorrow that they'll really be like in office doing anything. And then we have New Year's Eve and New Year's. And then normally offices stay closed when it's governmental on the day after the holidays, if that next day is a Friday. That's how I've always seen it done when it comes to these, again, government offices. I could be wrong. I don't know. I'm not really expecting an answer today. I would love one. I would love it to take some sort of priority, especially since, you know, on the phone call, she has no problem taking responsibility for the F-up, but they don't really seem to care about fixing the F-ups at all, which is really just sad. So again, December 29th, 2025, I'm recording this portion of this at around 10 a.m. We'll see what happens. You guys know that as soon as I hear something, you hear it next. All right, here comes Gower. Let me make sure this is at regular speed. All right, here comes Gower. Right at 156. This is what the Goncalveses saw. This is another thing. Steve Goncalves gave a screenshot of this camera footage at this time frame or somewhere around the time frame. I don't remember exactly the timestamp it was. Was it like 212 or 159 or some shit like that? He gave Brett Norton a screenshot of this to basically say that the Linda Lane audio is wrong. I have camera footage, leaked camera footage, like he stated on freaking live TV. I have camera footage that's closer to the house that proves that the Linda Lane sound is inaccurate. So if he has one that has the sound because he got it before the cops did, that means that he definitely knew about the scream and all these other things way before we did. And that he hears all kinds of stuff that we can't hear. Because how else do you know that the dogs even took Murphy out? You're not seeing it. You're not seeing that. You're not looking at 1122. You're not. Now look. Okay, so is that him? I thought he said he waited for 15 minutes and cleaned his vehicle out. Home dude was there 54 seconds. So he really did just like drop them off and get the hell out of Dodge right as another vehicle was coming in. So see, they didn't see shit. They did not see them actually physically get out of the vehicle. Whose car is that? See, I bet you anything. That's Jack Ducour getting dropped off right there. Again, he left about 10 minutes after Maddie and Kaylee did, and they spent about 10 minutes or so at the grub truck, and the timing would have perfectly lined up. The Gonsalveses didn't see anything. Should be. That should be Peyton Rossi.
I went to bed, and then I ended up going and picking up free seniors from the club around 2, I want to say. One of our freshmen got pulled over, kind of let off with a warning. He wasn't like driving his own car.
Right.
So he just came home. I told him, don't worry about rides or anything. Like for the rest of the night, I don't want you to get in trouble or anything.
Right.
And then.
So you kind of took over that role for the night then?
Yeah, I just picked up just from the club.
And then what happened when you picked them up from the club?
I just drove them home and dropped them off.
Did you guys all leave the vehicle together to go back in the house, or did anybody?
They live at an outhouse. Sorry, I should have been clear with that.
Okay, where do they live at?
They live at a place called Chapin. It's on King Street.
Okay.
It's right across from, I guess, like when you pull into that, like there's like that small little street and that cul-de-sac kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like it's the white house on the right.
So they kind of live by the cul-de-sac.
Yeah, it's like.
So if you pull onto King Road.
If you pull onto King Road.
Yep.
You see like houses, those apartments, and then that little like breakaway street, like where you can turn left and
onto Queen.
Right?
Yeah.
And then so they live like right past that on the left on King Road, just like past where you turn left. You just keep going straight, and they live in the back like corner. Right
okay, so kind of closer to the cul-de-sac.
Yeah.
Okay. And you dropped all 3 of them off?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Did they say like what they were going to do or anything? Did you see them like go inside?
Yeah, I saw. I mean, they were going inside. I didn't really think of it too much. I just kind of reversed down and drove back home. Yeah, I can see when, because I called Jack. I can see what timestamp that is. Yeah, I called Jack to pick him up at 1:49.
So you called him at 1:49?
Yeah, just to let him know that I was at the club very ready to pick him up. And then I dropped him off, so I probably was back home by 2:15, 2:30.
What club was that?
The Corner Club.
Did any of them say anything or mention if they were with anybody, or you just basically picked them up and dropped them off?
I just picked them up. It just kind of sounded like they were the last people that didn't get a ride. So when I told our freshmen to like just hold off on giving rides, I guess they were just kind of the ones that got stranded. So that's why I got them.
Gotcha. When you picked them up, were they with anybody else?
No.
Okay.
No, just those. I just took those 3 guys.
Okay, and then you dropped them off. They got out of your car, and then.
Got them home.
I see like someone just walked around the lights. And see, we don't know if like the girls noticed that they were getting home and she was like calling his name, trying to get his attention. Like we can't hear shit, man. This makes me so angry. Like especially seeing these cars and like knowing the times together right here. Like what? Backing up. Yep, that was dropping off Jack. I told you. They got home less than a minute apart, you guys. That was less than a minute apart that they got dropped off, between Maddie and Kaylee getting dropped off by Gower and Jack getting dropped off by Peyton Rossi. Less than 1 minute. 54 seconds. 54, isn't it? 54 seconds. So again, the Goncalveses would have known this. They would have known that Jack and Kaylee got home at around the same time. They would have known about the scream. They would have known about the 17-minute phone call. And again, they did not take Jack Tucor's fingerprints until May of 2025. There was also reports from the school itself about how there were mental health issues when it came to Jack Tucor that he spoke to the school about. And there's reports that we, again, refound in last night's live, going through the MPD reports for Lawrence Mowry and how he handled video evidence and USBs and DVDs and all the things. Okay. There's also a report from Brett Payne from May of 2023. And it's about checking up with Jack Tucor to make sure that he got help for his mental health issues that he was having. And in the report, Jack is denying even making the report to the school. But we, again, have other information in these reports that is kind of sketchy. And again, the Goncalveses are lying for him. They never once mentioned a 17-minute phone call. And the first sighting of Christy after Kaylee died and the interviews started, Christy called Kaylee a brat for breaking up with Jack and said they were going to be getting back together and they were going to end up being married. Well, no. She was going around telling people that Jack was like a little kid to her. Okay, that's the opposite. And it was just the attitude. That's what really turned me off to listening to Christy to begin with. And we still, on this channel, try to take up for Steve as much as possible because it seemed at the point in time like he was out here really trying to do something. But then as time progressed and lies were told and more lies unfolded and more lies were uncovered, it became really, really clear that there were reputations trying to be upheld, and it had nothing to do with the deceased. It had nothing to do with the victims. And that's where the channel shifted. And that's where we've remained this entire time. We are here for the victims, not for the people that are still alive today that have to live with whatever's actually going on because the deceased don't have to anymore. We're here to try to figure out the true stories, the actual facts, something the state is refusing to do. So I ask again, why were we not told the truth about Jack Tucor? Why was he not fingerprinted? Why was he cleared so easily when there was obviously some issues there that should have been looked at? I'm not saying Jack Tucor is guilty. I'm not pointing fingers at literally anyone but the police for a shitty investigation. And I would just like answers for why things were done the way they were. But for now, I want you guys' opinion. So let me know down in the comments what you're thinking about all of this, now that the facts and the evidence is coming out and we actually have proof to stand on our questions with. I mean, we basically have this entire time, but now seeing it in black and white, that I told you so feels good, doesn't it? Let me know what you guys are thinking down in the comments. If you like the way that I present this information and give my opinion, please don't forget to leave a like on the way out, subscribe to the channel if you have not subscribed already, and please don't forget to make sure that that notification bell is set to all so you don't miss any of my rants, reviews, reactions, updates, or deep dives. See y'all.